What's up, Taiwan? I'm Yvonne with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. A museum in New Taipei has unveiled a special exhibit on Taiwan's authoritarian past. By telling the human stories behind the White Terror, it hopes to reflect on one of the country's most turbulent periods. Wesley Lewis was there.
Highlighting a painful chapter in Taiwan's history, this special exhibit at the National Museum of Human Rights in New Taipei is shining a light on the country's authoritarian era by showcasing real-life stories of those who suffered under the martial law regime. The opening ceremony kicked off with heartfelt performances and remarks from the exhibition organizers. Curated by some of the country's top historians, the exhibit entitled Breaking Through the Blockade showcases the stories of activists and dissidents who were blacklisted during Taiwan's period of martial law from 1949 to 1987.
I was physically deported, so at least they gave me the airplane ticket, and that was right after the Kaohsiung incident. And I was always helping the opposition with, news about who's getting arrested. And now all my friends, everybody was arrested, my husband, everybody. And I tried to inform as much as I could the news before I was thrown out.
During the 38 years of martial law here in Taiwan, blacklisted activists like Arrigo were deported, while many others were jailed or tortured. It's a period historians refer to as the White Terror. Here at the exhibition, the goal is to educate Taiwanese people on this dark history.
我们要让这些历史不但存在历史里面，也存在人们的记忆里面，尤其存在新一代的记忆里面。只有更多人知道、认识当时的历史，才会了解今天的台湾多么的可贵，多么的难得。
Since Taiwan lifted martial law in 1987, it's become one of Asia's most vibrant democracies. But the country's turbulent past wasn't that long ago, and this exhibit has set out to make sure the stories of those who suffered under authoritarian rule leave an indelible impression on visitors, so that their stories of political struggle are not forgotten. Howard Zhang and Wesley Lewis in New Taipei for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan's plan to turn its back on nuclear energy may have hit a roadblock. The government is being warned that to hit its clean energy goals, nuclear reactors may have to stay. Lawmakers are now considering new reactor technology, but as John Ventrius explains, the tech has its limitations.
For 8 years, the ruling Democratic Progressive Party, or DPP, has pushed for Taiwan to say goodbye to nuclear power. Its goal for what it calls a nuclear-free homeland was originally set for 2025. But less than 2 months to go until that deadline, there's still one active plant, and signs of a rethink about how practical ditching nuclear power might be, with fossil fuels as the main alternative. One of the latest of these signs came in an exchange at the legislature Monday. The head of Taiwan's Academia Sinica, a top research institute, who also helps lead Taiwan's climate change committee, said a possible U.S. withdrawal from the Paris Climate Accord would be a blow to the goal of a carbon-neutral world by 2050. He said other countries will need to respond, and that means getting all the clean energy possible.
近年我们没有放弃任何干净能源的本钱。
您当时有说要利用新科技提升核能安全性，或补强位于地震带的核电厂。我想这一些言论是否代表您对于国家能源的发展是不排除核电的？
从技术上来讲，这些是可行的。
是可行的，所以您不排除？
是的。
The head of a prominent business association says the economy minister has made similar remarks in private.
新能源的问题，我是跟郭部长交流，他认为台湾必须要用新核能来取代，才能解套很多问题，才能把电费降低。刚刚郭部长我有跟他私底下交流，他认为这些问题可以解决的，他有信心。我对这个郭部长的思维我也认可。
But what officials are calling new nuclear power has its limitations. Daniel Chen, who's pursuing a doctorate in nuclear energy, says that while reactors made with new tech are thought to be cheaper, they don't solve the problems that sparked debate about nuclear power to begin with, especially waste. While they were touted as being able to run on recycled fuel, security concerns mean that early promise hasn't amounted to anything.
The technology that is used to separate out the plutonium from the spent fuel to be used in new fuel can also be used to separate out the plutonium to be used in nuclear weapons, at least in principle. And so a lot of the so-called Generation 4 reactors that had this feature kind of got eliminated.
Still, the business community sees cheap, clean energy, old or new, as key to Taiwan's continued competitiveness. And so pressure on the government to change course isn't going away. Whether the ruling DPP is willing to do an about-face on its earlier nuclear-free campaign is another matter entirely. Ethan Chen and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
A revision to Taiwan's fire safety law has passed that aims to give more protection to firefighters. Factory managers must now provide firefighters with site layouts, chemical information, and disaster response details. Those who fail to do so could face fines of up to $300,000, and there are rewards for whistleblowers. Site managers will now face jail time if there's a fatal fire and it's found they broke safety rules. On the southern coast of Pakistan, a group of surfers is determined to carve out a place for the sport in their country. Bryn Thomas looks at how they're riding a wave of perseverance, pushing through poor conditions on improvised boards.
Looking out to sea near his coastal village, Atiq-ur-Rahman knows the only thing that can stop a surfer is a lack of waves. He's determined to become Pakistan's first pro surfer, and he's not going to let a lack of equipment or his father's concerns about his future stop him.
We learn by ourselves. Yeah, we have no coach, no anything. We just learn seeing some videos, watching videos, and our favorite surfers like, professional surfers.
Rahman's village sits on Buleji Beach, on Pakistan's 1,000-kilometer coastline in the Arabian Sea, where winds generate small, messy waves, imperfect for surfing. His neighbors, mostly fishers and lifeguards from more affluent beachgoers from nearby Karachi, are baffled by his fixation.
Actually, no one knows what is this. That's the question. No one knows what is this. Many people say, "What are you doing, guys? This is a skateboard."
Rahman's father just wants him to earn a living and get married. But Rahman and his small gang of wave riders, the surfers of Buleji, just want to surf. They share boards, some of them homemade, others they've scrounged from containers of junk brought to Pakistan from around the world, then patched up with glue and resin.
भले बीच में टूटा हो फिर भी बनाते हैं, साइड में टूटा हो फिर भी बनाते हैं, क्योंकि जाहिर सी बात है हमारे यहाँ मिलता नहीं है सरबोट, किसी के पास है भी नहीं.
The surfers of Buleji scour YouTube for instructions, taking cues from their hero, American surfer Kelly Slater.
सर्फिंग किस तरह होता है नहीं, सब अपने में ताप है. मैंने जैसे कि किसी बड़े को देखा हुआ है कि हाँ है सर्फिंग इस तरह होते हैं और इस तरह करते हैं, तो मैं भी इन लोगों को देख के गाइड किया कि हाँ भाई ऐसे ही होता है.
In this way, Rahman and his cohort have learned to ride the waves. And while they've found some success, first popping up, then building a social media following, it'll take some time for them to appear on the world stage.
First of all, we need a professional trainer as a coach. They come here and train us. Maybe they like it or surfing and surfing skills. We need more. We need more. Learn too about the surfing. Yeah, we want to go international level, like Olympics, like Asian champion, like international champions.
As the surfers of Buleji catch their last waves of the day, they edge closer to carving out a place for Pakistan's surfers. Atiq-ur-Rahman looks out and sees a sea of potential, if only the waves were better. Alex Chen and Bryn Thomas for TaiwanPlus.
Now, thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. You can visit the TaiwanPlus website or follow our social media for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Now, before we go, we take you to a wetland in Cape Town to witness the reintroduction of the Cape water lily to its native habitat. I'm Yvonne Yang. Take care, and I'll see you next time.